Live. Flatbush, what up?
What up, Flatbush? What up, Flatbush?
Brooklyn, what up? New York, what up?
New York City, Flatbush on. We got your boy, GAS,
Gee,
Gas Mass Entertainment, strictly from Brooklyn,
let's go.
Flatbush Zones,
Let's
you know?
go. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Very few people can jump on and just do their own joint. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. What's good,
Hell
bro?
yeah, hell yeah. It's been a long time, bro. It's been a long time grinding,
Right?
just growing up in two type worlds, you know? Because when
Mhm.
you from Flatbush, it's like you it's like two worlds, and then it's Brooklyn.
Explain that. No, but get into that though. Explain that to people who don't know what you mean by the two worlds.
All right, cool. Let me break it down. All right, see, Flatbush section is majority Caribbean people, so that section growing up in Flatbush, you know, it's like a melting pot. You got Jamaicans, you got the Haitians, you got people from Trinidad, you got people from Honduras, you got people from Venezuela, you got people from all over the place, you know,
Yeah.
South America. So it's a big melting pot, and they have their own. We have in Flatbush, they have their own type of you know, culture, like basically
Like a
you know,
subculture.
subculture that's going on that doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on outside, but it still has something going on. What has to do with something going on outside, if you understand what I'm
That's real.
saying. So growing up in that underworld of that underbelly of that, and then being able to travel outside of Flatbush and seeing how everything else is moving and grooving, and they have an underbelly and a certain rhythm that they move by. You see the diversities. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Let me
basically where I was coming from.
let me ask you this: coming from that type of diversity, and like how you said, you travel and different things like that. When you moving and grooving, how does that diversity benefit you when becoming, you know what I'm saying, being able to adjust or however you move in different environments as a Flatbush man? Like, does it help? Does it hurt? Does it help? How does it help?
It helped me, and then I mean, when you growing up as a youth, you don't really see how much it's hurting you at the time. But once you come to a certain awareness, you see how those moves, or how where you was from, the section you was from or born in, kind of, you know, shifted how people thought about you or how they moved with you because you was from there. But when you're young, you're not really kind of overstanding that type of part, that part, you know.
Understand. Where at in Flatbush are you from?
I'm from Ocean Avenue. I'm
When,
from Ocean Avenue,
when it
born and raised.
when it comes to Ocean Avenue, because I know Ocean from, Ocean's a long strip. Is Ocean Avenue like one click, or is Ocean broken up, kind of like how Notion is? Dudes on Ocean on this side might not, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean, or is Ocean like one fam? Like, would you say
Uh, it is, but it is, and I mean,
different
it
schools
is.
too, right? Like
It's
elementary broken
different,
up,
different sections broke up because remember, Ocean is a long block,
right?
so you basically say that you got at the time I was growing up, there was basically like you say, all right, you say OAP, that's on Avenue H and
Mm-hmm.
Ocean. You know what I'm
OAP.
saying? That was Ace in them. Then you had uh
Hold up,
uh
what
in
ace?
the
There was an ace on Ocean. I don't even know
yeah,
one ace on that side.
you could play reggae set with bigger Haitian. I mean Haitian with
I know,
Haitian friends who used to drive the dollar vans and shit like that.
right. But
Yeah,
that,
they from there. They used to have they used to have a reggae set.
mm, okay.
Then Ace Wolf, you know,
Wolf my
Gary and
Gary.
from around the court. You get where I'm coming from?
Right, my
Around
guy.
Campus Road and all of that. You feel me? Drew and all of them brothers right there. You know what I'm saying? Um, rest in peace, Johnny P. You
John,
know,
he's another one, bro. That's my guy.
rest in peace, Johnny P. He's from Ocean H side. You know what I'm saying? Kenilworth side over there by the junction, all of that. You know?
Right.
So you, like I said, Ocean is basically everything was kind of connected. Everything was connected when I was growing up.
Right.
You know, when I was going to Ditmas, 152, all of that. You feel what I'm saying? Everything was connected.
Where 152 at?
Huh?
What's 152 at?
That's 152 is over there.
Right. What was some of your biggest influences coming up? Like as a kid coming up, like some of the things, was it like the music? Was it the street life? Was it basketball? Like what was some of the influences around you in the bush?
In the bush, my first influences was Caribbean music. Caribbean music, house parties. You know what I'm saying? Block parties. That was the basic, block to block. Going to different blocks, chilling on their block. We had the crews and shit like that.
Right. Yo, big up Pop, man. Big up Face. If you wouldn't everybody pull up, man, hit that, smash that like button and shit. So that's interesting though, coming from you, man, because you know what I'm saying, you a dude, like I know you a lot from putting together, music and putting together, so I figured you would have said something else and then we'd have got to that with the music, but you said reggae music was a big influence on your life early coming up.
Yeah, the reggae music.
How does that influence what you do now? Does it at all, if any?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, you can't lose your roots. You get where I'm coming from? Like, I'm West Indian, so at the end of the day, it's like
right. Okay.
It's like you got to realize something. What influenced me heavy? See, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, he's a hip hop kid guy." Like, yeah, I am. Right, I'm reggae also at the core. But at the end of the day, what made me get heavier into the hip hop scene was that I see that there was a lot of talent in Flatbush, but we didn't have a platform or outlet to be heard at the time. You understand? On outside of Flatbush, especially in hip hop, that people were saying, "All right, Flatbush." There was all right, boom.
We had heat coming out of Flatbush from across the times, but I know what you mean. It was like a certain, like you said earlier, subculture then. But continue. My bad.
Yeah, it was a subculture. That I was gonna come. I was saying there was hip hop. Don't get it twisted. We had the Bush Babies. We had Busta Melons. You know what I'm saying? I remember those guys doing their thing. We had hardcore on the junction.
Right. Chip Fu.
Remember we had hardcore. There was hardcore on the junction right there on Farragut.
Definitely.
With the guys over there.
It was a Chub Rock. It's a lot of hip hop.
Chub Rock's mom used to have the spot over there, like an after hours spot. You know what I'm saying, on Flatbush Avenue. So I remember these things, but I growing up, it was I just seen reggae, like know what I'm saying,
right.
Like it was. I understood that there was hip hop around, and it was manifesting and it was growing, but it wasn't something that was in our subculture of Flatbush, influencing the youth at that time.
Right.
That's basically what I'm saying. Like it wasn't that much of an influencer for us because we was more on the reggae, the roots and culture. You know what I'm saying? The Mesh Marinas. We were trying to have our own little reggae sets, and you know what I'm saying, doing what we was doing. We was chips in our tea and wilding out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cornmeal porridge early in the morning. Selling blacks. You know what I'm saying? That was a culture. Like
that's late night. Yeah, that's a word right there.
Like I can't, before I was smoking weed, before I had access to getting the weed and all that, I was smoking beaties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like remember the stinky ass beaties?
Beat with the little
beaties in the pack.
The little pink string on the end, it was to the end.
I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was those days. Cutting school. House parties. That was the days, man.
Definitely the days. It was definitely a subculture that a lot of people didn't know about. The house parties, the block parties. It was a lot of going on the Flatbush, all those freaks at the mesh marinas, yo, that's crazy. You right though, 100%. Like that was only you don't
Bro,
know.
I used to have every color mesh marina. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man, I need one now. Now that you say that, it's even hot in the summertime. Word.
You feel me?
Let me ask you, so how you feel about? We're gonna probably go back and forth a little bit, but how you feel about Flatbush hip hop now? Because you kind of got your hands in that a lot now. Like how you feel about how it's being represented, how it's being heard, the music that's coming out of Flatbush. Like what's your take on that right now?
Like I said, Flatbush is a big melting pot. So when you come in with when you talking about Flatbush hip hop, you're talking about the offsprings of West Indian of Caribbean from a Caribbean subculture. So you basically saying you have a multifaceted array of talents and all type of styles and just you get one coming from
Right.
tones and harmonies and different things. So Flatbush has a crazy, you know what I'm saying, talent base. But like I said, the people that were representing for Flatbush that were in the mainstream or that had those outlets, you know, they were kind of like, you know, different. It was splintered. It was for who was into it at that time.
At that time.
Was taking it at that serious, basically. You
One
had
thing,
Red Cafe, you know what I'm saying? Around my time coming in, you know, you had Red Cafe, you had Q the Kid, you had these dudes that were doing their numbers, you had Shy Stimuli, you know what I'm saying? You had these dudes that were representing for Flatbush, DJ Victorious, you know what I'm saying? All these dudes that started coming up and started platforming, align with me platforming, because I basically, like I said, coming back, circle, you know, wheeling it back a little bit. When I got a chance to get a little bit more experience out and spread my wings out of Flatbush on my own, I got an opportunity to, you know, experience a different, you know, subculture. So they weren't into the reggae as much as I was. So I had to kind of like, you know, transition little by little. It wasn't a quick transition, but it was a transition that happened little by little where I started recognizing that, all right, cool, there's talents and there's opportunity for me to create a platform for my people in Flatbush. You get where I'm coming from? So I went block for block. And I was just, you know, actually I was listening to a DJ K Slade, seeing how he put together the stuff and observed that scene. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna come up with an idea, and I created this thing called the Flatbush Flatliners.
around what time is this? Not to cut you off.
This is in like shit.
Splash, what up? Black Cuddy, what up? Salute to the chat.
Let me see. I have a little timeline put together, so let me see how that ran.
Put the timeline. You know, you family, bro. My platform is your platform. Yo,
Yeah,
salute.
so let me see how I put a little timeline together. So let me see. That was in like 92, 90, you know what I'm saying? 92.
Okay.
So it was something it was brewing up. I spoke about it. You know, I was actually running around with Prince Michaels, which is Jacqueline Rowe, which is another influence that, you know, gave me opportunity to see the hip hop side of Flatbush, because she was big Flatbush, and she basically created the Iron Mike Entertainment, you know, brand, and basically was doing the talent scout, and she's the one who brought out Q the Kid and all these other dudes, and you know, HK the Steamer and Wade R Black, which is Go Black, which is Wade R Black right now. You know what I'm saying? Pestilence, HK the Steamer right now. You know,
HK. So what's good?
These are people that were pretty much under her tutelage and coming up in Flatbush, you know, under Iron Mike Entertainment, the IME, you know. So, you know, us being friends with Prince and you know, observing what's going on, but still I'm still heavy on the reggae scene, a little something, but still, like I said, you know, I'm traveling outside of Flatbush, getting to know.
Not to cut you, heavy on the reggae scene as far as making music, or that's just what you into, like with your ear is?
It was just what I was into, actually. I wasn't making any. I had family that was into, making, tunes and writing tunes for people so I was involved with the music scene. You know what I'm saying? I also had a cousin that, platformed heavy in the hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, it's all a timeline because I'm still at a certain age that I'm not able to really do my own thing. I don't have the funds. I don't have, you know what I'm saying?
We talking 92, 93.
Nah, this is even earlier. Like, you get where I'm coming from?
Oh wow.
Remember, I'm 46 years old.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like coming up, I'm watching my cousin, my brother, my older brother, you feel what I'm saying? They're older than me. So I'm seeing certain things, but reggae is the influence. You feel me? They're playing hip hop music and certain stuff because they're into that, but it's new to me because I'm still young. I'm still in the crib with my father. He's playing Gregory Isaac, Steel Pulse. You know what I'm saying? Bubbling that. I'm stealing his joints out his ashtray. You know what I'm saying? I'm still curating who I am. You feel me? From outside the window, I'm still curating who I am, trying to learn who I am. This is the early ages, you know what I'm saying? So now when you go into school, that's when you get into to really expand your wings. You seeing the dudes that's already probably a little bit more advanced than you, that's in the community. You watching them, and you seeing, damn, like, so you taking a liking to certain people that you see in the community that you like, damn, I want to start going outside and hang out with this guy. Or you get where I'm coming from? You didn't make your name yet, but you still in Flatbush. You get where I'm coming from? Your face card is getting on. You get me? So I'm out there. I'm running around. I'm on Lincoln Road. I'm on all these places. I'm a little guy that's all over the place. Learning everybody. You feel me? People learning me. People seeing that I'm a part of the community. I'm looking and seeing that they're part of the community. The players, the shakers. So that's just the whole ambiance of what's going on. Don Juan's studio is still alive and running.
That's another Flatbush classic right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's still alive and running. You get where I'm coming from? So I'm a little guy just all over the place. I don't know what the hell is really going on. Right.
Right.
So when I'm really starting to get my name out there is when I start hanging out on my block on Ocean. You know what I'm saying? There's already big players out there, Euclid and Big Eric and the 21st Century Crew, and just Pi and Left and these names that is out there that was doing numbers. I'm observing and seeing certain things, and we're emulating off of them, like because it's a reggae culture. We the little bad boys, and they telling us to move off the corner, and you know what I'm saying. We throwing bottles, and you know what I'm saying. They saying they gotta catch us and beat us, and then we slip up. They catch us at the store, drapes us up, and
Right, that's real Flatbush shit.
That's Flatbush shit. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was.
It is real Flatbush shit right there, man. Like to a T coming up for sure. What
So then some of the big man them start taking a liking to you. You know what I'm saying? You start rolling with them, and then you start learning the road code. You know what I'm saying? But it all started from the herb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like.
That's a fact.
So started from the herbs. You know what I'm saying? Waking up early in the morning, catching people going to work. You know what I'm saying? There's a dude out there that used to be pushing the cart with the corn soup. That he's legend in Flatbush too. The glasses, the Trinity guy with the glasses that always selling the corn soup.
Hell yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Back in them times too, dudes used to be smoking big man weed early
in the morning.
Yeah, just early in the morning. It was just, you look back at it, it's just like, wow, big as Dutch masters, big full Dutch masters, White Owls, early.
But understand, I wasn't smoking no Dutch masters and shit like that. I was smoking straight Fronto because I was around the yard man then.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I worked in spots and shit in Flatbush my whole life, damn near. For that's how I know a lot. That's how That's actually how I got to know a lot of people, or really even got my name in the community, because I was working for the Mondem. You feel what I'm saying? Until I got my own flex. You feel me?
Right. I feel you.
That's just how that went.
Where you said when you first got out of Flatbush and you made a transition. Where did you go? Like, where did you first start moving outside of Flatbush? A minute ago, you said when you first got out of Flatbush, you had to make a transition in different things. Where did you go? Like, was it outside?
It wasn't that I left out of Flatbush.
Not left, but you just spread your wings out.
Yeah, I mean, I was going out of town with the Mondem.
Right. So
Mondem, you know what I'm saying? And then I started doing my own little flexes. I was my first Dolo flex. I went to the Poconos. I had an aunt that lived there, and I ended up getting a job because my mom sent me over there because I was acting up out here. You know, so you know how I go. You start seeing your man. I send you with your aunt. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that shit was worse than even being right here. I was better off being right here because that shit just, you know what I'm saying?
Expose your Flatbush mind, fast and moving, to something that's like what? Like Biggie said, I figured out with 20 down south. Like you figure out
that type of vibes. You know, but let me show you. I wasn't even into that. Like I said, it all was with the herb with me from day one. I never really shifted into that other vibes and shit.
Right.
Probably jumped a little bit here and there, but you know, I never vibe with that too much. It was always the herb for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, how I looked at it, they said a friend with weed is a friend indeed. So this shit opened mad doors for me, and when I was out of town, because a lot of people didn't realize. Think about it. All right, herb is, we can smoke like this right now. We on the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you smoke weed in your apartment and people smell that shit through your door, Babylon is all knocking down your fucking door.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So them days and shit, you was looked at like like a piece of shit, even though it was, like I said, it was a subculture.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just upfront and shit like that. You had to be somebody to really get the real herb and to really be with the herb, period.
No, I feel you. And a lot of
like everybody had herb. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about here?
It was there though. If you knew how to move, and you was, like you said, if you came up under the right people and you knew how to move and shake, how to step, then you know what I'm saying, you would be in place. But you know, I guess that wasn't, you know, that's not in everybody's cards. When did you start getting into music?
Like I said, I was always involved with music. But
I'm talking as far as like
my own stamp.
Right.
I went to all right, boom. Like I said, I went to PA, and then I got exposed to hip hop a little bit. I got exposed to, like, you know, listen to the K-Slay mixtapes and shit like that.
Right.
You know, back and forth, because you know, then when I got to New York, one of my peoples introduced me to DJ Sycamore. And he was putting out mixtapes in the community, and you know what I'm saying? So I learned that whole mixtape culture. So I was behind the scenes with him doing this, doing that. And once again, the herb got me in trouble. We went to it's a little backstory. So you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the hood, you know, telling my little ad and shit, you know what I'm saying? So he came to the hood to come scoop me up with some other bros from Bushwick, some other dudes that was doing some music and shit. And then this other artist and shit. So basically, I had like a QP of weed on me, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of wrapped up because, you know, I know how to move with it. So we were supposed to make a stop. Long story short, police pull us over. You know what I'm saying? I got an Averett jacket. They don't really feel the weed and shit, but due to the fact that niggas had brass knuckles, all bunch of other shit that, you know what I'm saying, created the lockup.
Deeper investigation. Yeah.
People interested in what the fuck these guys are doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They took us in. They found the weed. They basically charged us with. They basically tried to charge everybody with the weed because, you know, they making this a big thing, but it wasn't really a big thing. It was in Manhattan. So we went to court twice, or two or three times. You know what I'm saying? They dashed the shit out, but that kind of broke me and his relationship up because I guess he wasn't as street as he was. You know what I'm saying?
What training to be?
Not even portraying, because he wasn't portraying that he was street, but he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Down for that, like yo, like
Right.
that shit, like that shit scared him up. So that shit kind of severed our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So from there, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Me and him didn't vibe no more. Me and DJ Watts linked up. Watts is a Flatbush native, Vanderveer, you know what I'm saying? Young boy. Me and him started linking up. We created a bakery movement. You feel me? Started doing that. But before that.
What? Hold up, pardon yourself. The bakery movement was what? A mixtape?
Yeah, it was a mixtape series. You get one? It was a mixtape movement, artists, shit like that. But during the time of us curating all of that stuff, you feel me? Time it's all going through a timeline. You feel me? So prior to that, I was doing at the same time I was curating the Flatbush Flatliners mixtape. You know what I'm saying? A little bit before I linked in with Sycamore. So I did the Flatbush Flatliner mixtape, caught a little buzz, started going to the studio over there by Cortelu and East 29th, which is the Underworld studio.
Okay, hold up real quick. Not to keep your thought. Who's part of Flatbush Flatliners? What was that, a group? Was that like a whole conglomerate of different MCs on the mixtape? What was that? Or was that another?
That was just a title name that I created because I was saying, Flatbush dudes can flatline beats.
Of course. Okay. So it was a group. I got
you. No, it's not a group. It was just a title, a concept.
I got you.
To captivate for the essence of the body of Flatbush, of just a whole compilation of artists from Flatbush that weren't being heard or being known outside of Flatbush. I created a compilation album so we can be heard and seen. That was it.
Copy. Now I just wanted to make sure the people knew, because you know what I'm saying, you got some heat, bro. You be flying by because you be mad nonchalant about it, and I know you got the heat. That's why I want to just unpack a little bit when you fly by. So go ahead, not to cut your wisdom. Please continue.
No, it's all good. You like you said, we have to it's a lot. So
right.
It comes like
I don't want you to fly by it, right? Exactly.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, definitely from that point on, it was just different people I'm meeting, and my name is buzzing because I'm booking these studio sessions. This is all just, I don't I'm young, I'm in the street, I'm grinding, I'm booking studio sessions, I'm meeting artists I'm meeting more artists. I have my artists from Lennox, Mars Money, T-Hope, Steelberg. You know what I'm saying? I have all of them. They were young at that time, curating their style, but they were real nice. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I had them in the studio. I was linked. I linked up with Big Law, King Jetty.
My guys.
That's family. It was just a lot of. It was just so much at the time, bro. Once I created the compilation,
that was transition, and that was pretty much your role in, because that was some heat right there especially on the rollout of.
Yeah, bro. It was the rollout. My introduction into the hip hop scene on my own was kind of like I said, was a heavy rollout, man. It just started tumbleweeding so fast because, like I said, I did an independent compilation album for Flatbush, and there was so many artists, and through those artists, they were introducing me to people, and things just started, just rolling, and every day it was just something new, honestly. So that's why it might seem so jumbled up. It was just so much going on.
No, it don't seem jumbled up at all. I just want to make sure that I feel you, I follow you, I understand it, but I want to make sure that people do. And
yeah, you gotta remember at this time in New York City, there's so much shit going on. You moving around, you just all over the place. This is not the time and the era where, internet or stuff was even that heavy, relevant at that time. It was just breaking in. It was just breaking in. It was just still new and fresh. You know what I'm saying, to the urban community. It wasn't. It wasn't new to the hip hop scene that was on and in the industry, but it was,
I feel
it was heavy to us, so it was just so much things tumbling together and for real, man. I was all over the place after that.
Let me ask you a question. You said you was all over the place, right? Earlier, you had said about, just coming up in life as a youth, coming up under the Mondem and learning the ropes and shit. You was coming from this side to this side of the bush, and you was stepping. You was learning how to step. How much of that you learned in the Flatbush streets coming up at those early ages, how much of that influenced that rollout? How much of that influenced that transition? Because you seen that he was juggling, same way like Poconos here, there. Did that influence, and how much did it influence your just business acumen and the way you move? Because you put on a lot of people, bro. You never said I once just now. Like you did, but you always say it with somebody else, and like you put this one and that one, and that's love, bro. That's love.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like I said, bro, it was like I said, I'm born and raised in Flatbush. I'm here. You feel me? So when I put together, it's just something that you just doing for the hood, for your community. You see your town, you see the people around you. You know what I'm saying? You know their plight. You're a part of the plight. So when you going out to different places, sometimes people might think you leave and forget, but your whole passion for some people is to bring back home. You know what I'm saying? To bring back what you know what I'm saying, bring back to the table. So that's always been my mentality. You feel me? So when I was out there and I got the opportunity to see another, I was like, okay, you know. It was just it was like I said, it was all just a
sound natural.
Yeah, it just felt it all felt natural. It didn't feel like something that was odd. It just felt real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I could have got into the backs. I could have brought it back even growing in the Ocean days, because even all of that helped curate everything that I'm doing. That brought me up to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That whole massive vibe. You get where I'm coming from? That's what it was about. So now when you already are cord from that, and you go out there and you get into the hip hop scene, and you out and think about it, like I'm out in the Poconos and I'm out of town by myself. You know what I'm saying? I learned the hustle and grind with the Mondem. We was out of town, but like I said, my first moves by myself, dolo. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Which was more of my coming into my 20s. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I was in the Poconos for about 2 years. Then niggas wild out there, and then I ended up going straight to Providence, Rhode Island. Mm. So that was a crazy jump. You feel me? From going to, cause and how I even got out there, cause I was with the homies, and shit got hot in PA.
Right.
So his moms ended up moving to Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? He's the youngest out of a lot of older brothers and sisters. So you know what I'm saying, that was kind of like a quiet area for her to just settle down and help out with his nieces and nephews and people that was having things going on with them that needed assistance. You get me? At that time, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up getting a house out there, and kids and shit that they needed the help, they was going out there with her. We got hot, so we was kids. We used to go out there too. You feel me? But went out there, and that even helped. That even curated a whole being and entity.
It sounds like, especially if you was already thinking like that, not just even with the streets, but like with music and shit like that. That helps with different markets, and that's what was the hip hop scene like in Rhode Island though. Like, Was it a music scene? Was it a West Indian scene out there? What was going on
No,
out
it was not a West Indian scene at all. But the hip hop scene was crazy.
there?
Just even me being experienced in some shit like that being experienced in the scene out there was a rude awakening, because you remember that's like the smallest town in the United States. Like, you get where I'm coming from? Like the smallest, like, yeah. So, but it has the biggest party scene in the New England region. So when you say the New England region, you're talking from New Hampshire, Maine, go all the way down to the beginnings of the Connecticut. They all go party in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah. That's when they got a spot out there. I've actually went out there party for a week, and they get crazy. And is it Newport Beach? I think it's Newport Beach. They got a spot called Newport.
Yeah, Newport. But that's a whole. Like I said, that's a whole nother section. Like, you know, so I was in Providence. Newport is a whole city, another city and shit. Like, you know,
that was crazy out there. I remember there was cliff jumping and all type of craziness going on out there.
So I got, you know, it was like I said, hip hop took me all over. Hip hop took me around the place, man. Hip hop took me around the world, for real. What's
some of two-part question? What's one of the most proud projects that you have, and what's some of the most proud moments? You said hip hop took you around the world. What's some of the moments that maybe you sat back and was like, damn, what the hell are you doing sitting right here, right now?
Shit, I mean, every single move that I made since I dropped that Flatbush Flatliners compilation.
It was like every step kept getting.
Every step from there has been a growth step in hip hop, man. Independently, underground. Like, I never had a record deal or an advance from a label or anything. Everything that I've done has been solely from me. You know what I'm saying? For these decades that I've been doing what I've been doing.
And this is so obviously you saying decades you've been doing what you've been doing. So this is pre-internet then. This is hard copy and internet era?
Hell yeah. Bro, listen. See, oh man, come on. Like,
talk to him, son.
All right, boom, look. So all right, look. So we're gonna jump a little bit up in the story, all right? So, boom. Hip hop scene, Providence, Rhode Island. All right, I get out there. I'm out there ripping and running. You know what I'm saying? That experience was crazy. So fast forward, right? I end up having a son out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back and forth, New York, boom, 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 whatever. Grinding, doing what I'm doing, back and forth out there. I catch a little charge, end up doing a little time. A couple of months, about 18 months, whatever, come home. You know what I'm saying? So in that whole time, I'm learning the city. You know what I'm saying? Before I got knocked to do that little 18 months, that little 12 months. It was 12 months actually. I didn't really know the town. I didn't really know what was going on. Everything was just the chuck of the dice. You get where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Freestyling. But then when I went inside, I'm like, okay, I know, I learned, I see what's what, I see who's who. So when I get out now, you know what I'm saying? I go straight back to the city. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that town, fuck that place. My son is coming to live with me, all of that shit, you know, for a little while. Then I'm like, you know, I'm remembering the little chicken I got there. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I ain't really mess up that bad. It was probably a little hiccup. Let me try to go back there and see if I can sweep my tracks that I left and then retrack it a little bit.
Word.
So I was doing that for a little while. You know, it was working out. But at the same time, I'm learning the hip hop scene. The hip hop scene is crazy because it's just so you learning it because those are those towns in the cities outside of New York City at those times were the consumers of hip hop.
And this is I just want to be clear. Make sure everybody
pre-internet, bro. This is pre-internet. This is when then the mixtape scene was solely fresh. Like it wasn't really even in the scene where everybody was. There was no Cocaine City at this time. No Smack DVD. This is just strictly Queensbridge mixtapes, 41st Side, Prodigy, Havoc, Littles, that type of shit. That influence. CNN, Army Fatigue, selling hard drugs, shoot 'em up, bang bang type of vibration. Gotcha. So that the hip hop scene, I understand why they would say that it tore down certain things, but because outside
New York, internet,
no, like just like I could see how they could try to make it seem like hip hop did a lot of nonsense, but we all know that it was them that did the nonsense. You get where I'm coming from?
Right.
That was just a beacon for us to be heard, to let people know outside of what's going on that we're living the same way that y'all are living. You get where I'm coming from?
That's right.
It was just an opportunity for voice. So the only tapes that was out was those type of stuff. The Queens. It was like Queens and a whole bunch of other different DJ K Slaves, doo-wops, SNS. You get one come Ron G's. Those type of, you get one come from. That's the tapes I was getting out there. Like I'm running back and forth, and I'm just learning the scene. So now I'm learning the scene. I'm like, woo! I'm getting that, and because remember, I'm getting exposed to hip hop in a vigilante way. Because I'm not from the town. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm listening to hip hop.
That's an ill way to look at it.
I'm telling you, like you know, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not from the town. I'm listening to hip hop. I'm West Indian, so it's like, what? This is what.
Right. Who is this guy here?
I'm like, yo, like. You know what I'm saying? So me observing myself now to then, I'm like, whoa, guy, you was crazy, kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sounds like I keep going back to how you said you came up under learning. That's key. You looked out the window. People listening to this, see that you said it in steps. People kind of just jumped off the porch. Nah, I looked out.
I looked out. Bro, listen, the time and era. Look, the time and era the way that things were, you had to, but you couldn't even, when you was walking outside, it's like A, B, then you probably might even go back to B, then you C, the nigga keep you at C for probably all a 3 year, but you remember, pass that class already. That's why I thumped on the mind and prove that you done passed C. You know what I'm saying? That ass, bro.
By the time you get to this stage, everything is just clicking because I'm sure it's hiccups in the game. You still going
to lot of bro. There's hiccups.
But for the most part, your mind is ambitious because you understand how you can step. You know what I mean? So the steps is live.
So it was easy for me to go into certain places because I already had a structure. You understand? I already had a structure of how things were supposed to be ran and moved.
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing these guys out there thinking that they doing something, I'm laughing because I'm out here back and forth watching Big Step Man, you know what I'm saying? Big Man them. That the culture is not even exposed yet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The West Indian culture wasn't even exposed at that time yet. Mine was still, there was real Don Man them still a run round and you know what I'm saying? And I'm back, I'm doing my own thing, and I'm still back and forth from and coming back to the hood. So I'm still getting, I'm getting clouded up because of that. Because remember, a lot of people wasn't able to leave the hood at yet. Period. Certain man didn't even leave the hood. Oh no, to Pussy Cloud.
A lot of people have.
I said. So I know certain man that I done left the hood 100 times, and the man is still here. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not like they didn't elevate. It's just that they never took the time to say, like, oh, fuck that. I say that the Flatbush culture and the subculture was just good enough for them, and it suited them that way.
That's fair.
You understand what I'm saying? Not even to try to even, because man, I'm not trying to. Every man is a big man.
Just respect. No respect, right? I get.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's just what it is, bro. You feel me?
What was Yeah, you just said structure. I wrote that down, man, because that's a word because people don't think about that nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? I always, take these times to chop it up with my bros here. We talk about a lot of stuff from back in the days. We go through a lot of history, but I like to talk about it in the sense of let's learn from this, right? And you got some real, how can I say it? You got some real high level lessons. Like it's not just something regular. So I think this is important because you're saying some key stuff, man. Structure, following A, B, and C. There was a point where somebody could tell you, yo, move up off the corner, yo, you making too much noise. You can't even smoke over here. Y'all little niggas go over here and smoke. It's big man standing here. Like those nowadays, it's like, oh man, he played you. You know what I mean?
It was levels to this shit, man. It was like what Meek said, it's levels. See, dudes think, oh yeah, it's level. All right, I'm gonna get to the next. Nigga, certain men didn't even get to the next level yet. You understand? They're still upon that level.
But you enjoy the level where you was at, like you said just now. Some people never leave. Some people and it's an experience. Flatbush is, like you said, is a world of its own. So you don't really have to leave if that's what you feel. But some people take their show on the road. You need a home team, you need a road team. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So I took my I was actually forced to take my show on the road. Not like, you know what I'm saying? I just made moves. I was just getting, like I had the opportunities, I had the outlets. So I just took it. I was able to take advantage of the opportunities at those times. I still always came home, but it was sweet. It was sweet out there, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just learning new experiences, you creating new networks, and like I said, all of that also helped me to circle back with the hip hop. Because now at that time it's like I'm learning it, and then now when I'm circling back and I'm hitting them towns that I already was out there before a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I already knew the players. I already knew the guys that were trying to be on the hip hop scene. Because hip hop came to a point where it was like certain people were just trying to represent that area, or they were just representing the area, and they were getting known in that little local area on the underground scene. So I knew those dudes. Those are the same dudes that was getting the corn from me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it was just easier for me.
What was your what was the transition like was it a simple thing in your minds, like to the whole internet thing, from going to them days into that, or did you see it coming? Were you ahead of it?
Like I said, me being able to be on the mixtape scene of things, I was able to curate myself into the internet world and transition very well, because I was doing the mixtapes and I was behind the scenes. Like I said, I worked with Sycamore for a little while. He didn't really expose too much of what was going on because I wasn't a DJ. I was just a dude. I was in the background. I had weed. I was able to be in the studio, shit like that. But my first and only experience with the labels was with Kadar Music Group. I have to give a shout out to Kadar. I found his there was a book named The Connect List. There was these two brothers from Long Island. These two I think Jewish brothers. I forgot the name. They had a book name. It was like the Hip Hop Connect List. So what I basically did at that time, when I started, getting my name up and started seeing that I was gonna be like a street A&R, just somebody that was a talent scout or whatever it was, I didn't really know the A&R part at first. I was, like I said, I just thought that you would just get a studio session, you bring the artist there, because I was still on a reggae kind of, I didn't really understand hip hop, so I was just booking studio time and didn't know about contracts with the artists, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So I just had the music, and I have a lot of music up to now. You know what I'm saying? That was unreleased, and some that was released, and even stuff that people forgot about, because like I said, it wasn't at that time when I dropped, there wasn't really a heavy internet presence. And then now, when we released a lot of the stuff onto the internet, a lot of those mixtape sites are down now. You know what I'm saying? So I was just actually going through some of my hard drives. I seen a few things. So me and Mars was basically talking and saying like we starting to release stuff recently now, like exclusive or the lost hard drive files, just to pretty much, let people experience
Right.
and understand what we were doing pre-internet, and that we were really doing it and really making a name for Flatbush and trying to, make it happen, and brought us to where we at now.
All those platforms are down, but it's still, I guess everything keeps changing every 10 years, man. These platforms come and go, but
yeah,
we gotta definitely keep riding the technology waves, man. One
no,
thing.
don't get it twisted. I have a lot of stuff online right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Well, no, I know because when we linked, you was all over the place. Like you had something everywhere. Like I'm like, what I'm saying? Like it didn't come full circle that you was even from the bush until later on. So you was like a universal dude in a way to me, because through law, through CTM, through the whole movement, it was just the fan.
No, but that's what I said. We're putting out that. Think about it, right? At that time that I dropped the Flatbush Flatliners compilation out, remember, it is no internet presence on independent platform for artists to upload their mixtapes or to do these things. I put out an actual album. I actually had posters that I got. You know what I'm saying?
Who was part of
the whole, huh?
You had part of that project.
The whole Flatbush. Anybody that was Zeke Way, Shy 6.5. I mean, bro. I mean, a lot of a lot of people through the bush that was just rapping, and like I said, Flatbush, they had talent, but it wasn't really. There wasn't guys coming from that was like saying, "All right, I'm gonna grab this guy from this guy, this block." No, that wasn't happening. You get where I'm coming from? We was around. We was in the party scene with talent, but there wasn't that hip hop influence to say, all right, I'm gonna grab the mic and do this. It was a reggae party. You know what I'm saying? It was reggae stuff. Get Fly, Your Block, Lennox Road, Newkirk, Montour. That's what it was about. It wasn't about, all right, I'm this hip hop crew over here and this and that. That was all later. That all curated and transitioned to that as the hip hop scene really dominated the urban culture, period. And and people started getting paid heavy off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody said, all right, this is something that we're gonna do.
Once everybody learned how to leverage it, it was over.
You get where I'm coming from? So
I just like to hear that, man. That's why I keep asking that, because one thing with Flatbush, whenever I have these conversations, whether we talk about the penitentiary, and if it's unity on the other side of the wall, dudes always talk about, once niggas get up north, it's a lot of beef gets put to the side if they from the bush. A lot, I don't say everybody, but a lot. So, I always like to hear that. And, hearing when you speak, it always sounds like a lot of Flatbush unity, man. And all the talent that we have, and like you said at the beginning, all the different places that we all come from, we all got a different bop that, what I'm saying, that just works, man.
I mean, like I said, people, there was fist fights, there was people that got hurt on around, but it, like I said, I came up observing more of a Flatbush unity. I was able to walk from Kings Plaza all the way down to downtown Brooklyn when I was younger, and that shit took hours on hours at nighttime. Just just doing shit, just going block for block, knowing everybody. That's the Flatbush I know. That's the experience.
If you got a bike at them times in the bush, man, it's like having a whip at like 13, 14 years old.
Exactly, bro.
From 90s to
pedal bikes wasn't so easy. People were poor, man. There was no bikes around everybody.
I know on my block we used to go to Marine Park and different spots, and do 1-2-1-2s. But we had the bike. You could be 4 deep on 2 bikes. That's all you really need. But you be hood.
Think about it, right? Flatbush had so many different things we were into. Graffiti. You feel what I'm saying? Then there was some dudes. There was dudes that was don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I was some just in the street, just hustling all of that. Nah, I was doing graffiti. You know what I'm saying? We was experiencing all different type of stuff. You know, so we tried to do the reggae set thing for a little while. I had pit bulls. I was running around with dogs, wilding out, and you know what I'm saying. I was doing all type of shit, like you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, that's real graffiti.
We was in Prospect Park a lot. You know what I'm saying. We was in abandoned tracks in Avenue H. You know what I'm saying. Down the dead tracks. We had different experience. We was like the little rascals around Flatbush to Roscoe. You know what I'm saying, man? We was just doing mad shit.
Yeah, you bringing it back right now. I remember one time walking from H to Avenue J on the tracks. It was taking. I forgot something was going on, and we wound up walking. It was like probably like 6 of us, and that was regular things though, because we used to always
regular shit.
That was regular
shit. Niggas used to always jump on the train tracks and run. I mean, for us on this side, because the train station was so close to each other,
right?
Proximity for us to run the tracks,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm actually talking the dead tracks that's in the back of Avenue 8.
It was like abandoned something's back there.
No, like you go down and under the train, there's like abandoned tracks too.
Right. I never been down there, but I thought I saw something like that over there. That shit, the way that train station is, it look underground anyway. You got to kind of go into the tunnel and do all that. That's a whole nother.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Like, and then when you go back there, that's a whole nother world, and
that's a whole nother world back there.
And different cultures over there, and a lot of dudes back there get busy too. Like, there's a lot. Like, see, that's another thing. A lot of people around that time, there was people all through Avenue H, Avenue J, back there, Avenue K, in them little creeping blocks that you thought there was nobody in there. There was motherfuckers doing all type of crazy shit, man, wilding out. So
yeah, big shout out to my guys from Ocean on that side. My dude Sweet Pea, Sean, Gordy, you know what I mean, the mind them over there, man. Ralph, all my guys over there, man.
Everybody be having, it was just one big. I think I looked at it as one big ass block party when I was growing up.
Yeah, you're right though. If you could, like you said, walking from one end of the bush to the other, if you was the type of person that could do shit like that, like you said, you're gonna be exposed to something different. Like everybody walk down this block and be Calypso. You come swing around this corner, it's big. You know what I'm saying? God bless tune.
Let me show you how ill it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was at certain points, right? You couldn't even go get. Remember, blacks was the illest thing. That's like buying like Haze and shit now.
Oh my gosh, blacks.
You understand what I'm saying? And remember, you only can get blacks from certain month.
Yeah. Official blacks. Because those
blacks. So think about it, right? Think about it. You couldn't even look, only certain men can go get the blacks from the dreads. And them. The dreads will even, you'll see 4 or 5 men go inside the place and get the shit. Come outside with the shit.
And them serve you.
And you go right upstairs. Not even a half a second. You walk. You could be right behind the guy. You knock on the door. You slip it, and the man them serve you.
Yo. There was one. Yo, I'm trying to think. It was one over there that I don't know if it was I ain't even going to say the spot right now, but yeah, you're right, son. But it was, but then you said you couldn't get.
Bro, Linden and Powell. Remember Linden and Powell?
LP, come on, Bergen and Undy.
Bergen and Underhill.
Yo.
Panthers.
Lifeline.
Franklin Union. Utica Union. Come on, man.
Word.
I used to go get the blacks, boy. You crazy?
They had some blacks on Park and Classen. They had Gates and Gates. My side it was Lifeline though. Always Lifeline had I think the on Newkirk. I think it was that Rogers. That was the black. But then I look back at it though. It'd be like a little Ziggy, right? You get like a little Ziggy, throw it around. I guess because we was young, maybe. Dudes would be roasted. You can't blow no blacks now. Be all right. I don't know. I be wanting to see what's up. That shit ain't even around. So I don't even know who was supposed to be smoking blacks, yo.
Nah, like you know what it was? Like I said, that was like the real blacks that was coming from yard. They had the shit pressed. So you gotta remember that's the gum. The same thing like they doing now. That's the gummy, the weed. So you smoking basically hash rosin back then.
Straight up, 15 years old, 14 years old, dudes are smoking. That's crazy,
shit, bro. Facts. So that's just a little timeline, a little energy, man, of Flatbush, man, and growing up.
Let me ask you this though, man. It's like a question we always kind of ask. It's like customary. You gotta give us a Flatbush story. Whatever comes to mind, man. It could be a funny story, sad story, action-packed story, crazy story. It's a Flatbush story, man.
Like, what do you mean, like any story?
She was involved with, man. We done had all kind of Flatbush stories. People fighting in dollar cab, people doing juxes. We had all kind of stories, bro. We block party times where we got stories on here for days.
All right, well, Flatbush story, man.
Where you growing up that you're fond of, as it brings a good memory to your head. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you a Flatbush story. Room. One day I'm over there with Prince Michaels, Jacqueline Rowe, I Am Mike Entertainment. Big shout outs to them. Mike Tyson used to have all these big. That's another thing. Growing up in Flatbush, man, on my side, you know what I'm saying? Man, Mike Tyson used to have Rolls Royces and all type of luxurious vehicles parked up on East 23rd and Newkirk, and on Newkirk between 22nd and 23rd. So that right there alone was like, you know what I'm saying? Growing up and seeing that and being experienced to that and seeing the champ there, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm over there one day with Prince Michaels, when Mike used to come out, he used to like the blacks, So at that time, I'm in the street, my name is kind of buzzing in the community, you know what I'm saying? I got the herb, you know what I'm saying? So he pulled up, he sent me and Prince and HK to go get some blacks from him and shit, you feel me? Gave him the bread, boom. They had to come and get me because I was the only one who can get the blacks from the Dread at that time. The Dread was only serving me and shit, you feel me?
Speaking of, right, it's one of those times
one of them times that the Dread was only, I had to work myself up, you feel me? Went from there, Dread, come on, man, you know what I'm saying? I had to work myself, I got my name up. So the Dread is serving me now, you feel me? So now I go to the Dread, niggas holler at me to go check the Dread for the blacks, you feel me? So I'm going to check the Dread.
I know you be flying for Mike Tyson, for champ.
Yeah, for the champ, for Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? For the Mike, I Am Mike, I've been around him, So he gives them the bread. They gave me the bread. I think he wanted to get probably $300 or $400 in weed and shit. That's big money for us at that time. You feel what I'm saying? 400 Chris Hunt's like, all right, come on. I'm going to check the Dread. I got that shit in my hand. What? At that time, you gotta understand the temperature, the community, all that shit is still heavy. It's still a lot of shit going on. Niggas is bubbling, juggling here. Man, a fight over here. Got them a wine and a grind there. You know what I'm saying? Just mad shit going on. You feel me? You just you know what I'm saying? People seeing him interacting with you. You know what I'm saying? So you getting more clout and more energy off the community, off of that alone too. You get where I'm coming from? Your name getting that was a clout. That's how you got your clout back then. There was no internet shit.
Nah,
it's them big man them will call you and they talking to you and they ain't talking to nobody else. Yo, this guy doing something good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's how you got your rankings in the hood in the community. When the other guys started observing you being talked by the big man that they was admiring, oh yeah, we got to get up with him. So now we can get up with the big man then. You feel me? And that was a pecking order, basically.
That order, right? Back to the word structure, like this conversation.
You know that was basically the pecking order. You feel me? So basically the Dread. So now the Dread. I go knock on the dread door. Dread, yo, Mike Tyson, that. May I bring your box of money, man? You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So I go. I think what was the 20s? He's either 20s rolled up in the sandwich bag. So I must have. He gave me a whole bunch of them. So now the dread let me inside the crib. Before the dread will, right by the door and shit. Dread let me inside the crib now. Yeah, man, pick out the tea you want, man. You know what I'm saying? Pick out the shit. No, dead ass, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm picking out the shit, the biggest ones. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I stashed 2 in my little sock now, because I got the extra one. You feel me? You spending 400 in here. You feel me?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Mike ain't give me no extras. You know what I'm saying?
Not yet. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I ain't getting. I'm not. That's the time when you go collect your weed and then you go vibe out. It ain't like you going to the dread 8 and 9 times. Nigga, you're gonna end up going to get arrested if you go there again.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying? TNT is out there. It's like a cloak and dagger to get this weed. Don't get it twisted. It ain't like you dispensary. No, motherfucker. You going to this motherfucker, you going to jail. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going in there, your heart's beating, but you're not even thinking about that because you got this bread in your pocket. You going to get the shit for Mike.
So Mike
going up there. I'm trying to show you, but everything in the area and even the walk to go there is volatile. Because there's mad shit going on. There's niggas that don't like you on the next block. This pussy all coming on my block for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. I cut the dread throw outside. Yo, man, have it. It's just mad shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I go up to the dread now. Boom. Pick out my things. Stash my tool. You know what I'm saying? Come outside. Give them on them ting. You know what I'm saying? We ride back to the curb. Go upstairs now. This is even privileged too. Cause at this time, like I said, now, usually we have to sneak and try to find a place to smoke outside. And even trying to smoke outside, you're gonna go to jail.
Right. No, you're definitely going down. Definitely.
So even trying to release stress, you under stress. You understand what I'm saying? Around them times. So now.
Real quick, how was Mike moving these times? He's moving dolo, like he just pulled up in the bush. How you know what I'm saying? Like he was with like 100 dudes, like.
Man, I ain't never seen Mike with no 100 dudes.
That's real shit. That's real shit right there. That's Mike. I'm asking you. I want to make sure we get this thing.
To tell you the truth, it could have been 100 dudes there or around or in the mix that was there to protect them or what it might have been, but I was too starstruck at that time. Not starstruck, but understand like
move though. You had a part in this right here, so you was making your move. You was moving on, going to the big mind for the thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm more like, you know what I'm saying. I'm on the hype. Like I'm on this time. You still in the street. You still going to lay down in your mom's crib. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You there with the champ. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got to make an impression. You don't know if this could be your next time to get a move or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
right. Right. You know what I'm saying? On your way back, man, all trying to rob you for the weed, Bridget. That's them way there. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is real around these times. You know what I'm saying? So
you got
huh?
So you get up in the crib. You say you had the privilege. That's why I cut you off at. My bad. You said you.
Look, now you get the privilege now to go in and Miss Jack crib now. You feel me? It ain't like any man can just go in there and just vibe up and take Mike that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on. You know, cameras and shit vibing. You know, and Mike roll up right there in the crib, and we just dead at. You know, we ain't leaving until we get pushed out. You feel me?
That's right.
We just hit you in a little corner somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Act like we a part of the room until somebody be like, "Yo, come out of here, yo!" Like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta get pushed out. Nah, it's Mike. This is Mike, man. We about to burn a spliff around Mike over here. Some youths too.
You know what I mean? So This is like, so Mike is there burning. You know what I'm saying? So me being young and dumb and shit, I'm in the crib and shit, just vibing and shit, just chilling. So, you know, Mike telling the story, he burning. You know, this whole time, you know, we there. I'm thinking like, damn, you know, I'm like, I thought I was supposed to be smoking with this nigga, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga burning and shit. I'm looking, you know, you just there, you just watching this shit. You in the crib, you trying to get a vibe of the S, get a, you know,
yeah, you trying to get this.
You trying to hit the spliff too. And you know that spliff is going, like back then, you know, it's bare man I touch that shit.
Catch that shit again, man. Sometimes
you know you watching everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, seeing that shit gonna get to you and shit now. So now I see Mike get the shit again. You know what I'm saying? So you know me younger than like, yo, Mike, yo, you steaming like yo, I ain't hit the blunt, my nigga. Like,
yo, you wildin', bro. Yo, you press Mike for the spliff? See, look, talking about structure, we talking about order, ABC, my other conversation, people, right here. Mike, yeah, now he rushed.
Yo, peep it now, peep it, right? Peep it. So now this, so now this is when the room get kind of like thick. And it feel like the butter knife could cut through the energy and everything there. So it's like, I'm like, yo, Mike, yo, Mike, yo, Pat, yo, what's up, yo? Like the shit went around, like it missed me, like, yo, it's my turn, like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga just looked at me, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like he I guess he wasn't expecting me to be like, yo, like, yo, boy, like, what's good with you, like, you know? Like, you know, so everybody looking at me like, damn, this nigga about to knock you out, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then that nigga just passed that shit.
Yo, that was ballsy. That was ballsy.
You young, you don't know. Then he just passed that shit to me and shit. I got the little tail end, got my little hits off that shit, and that's my I smoke with Mike Tyson story, man.
In Flatbush.
In Flatbush.
Oh man, that right there might be one of my top Flatbush stories right there.
I'm nervous as hell because I seen everybody's face. I don't know how I know this nigga's a boxer, like, you know what I'm saying?
How he was though, like, oh my bad, or look up and down your head, little nigga, take this.
I don't remember exactly how the expressions were.
Once you was good.
All I know is that like the air was thick because it was like you remember everybody's vibing, and then I'm like, yo, your boy, like, what's good? Like then the nigga just turned, like everybody just looked like it's just like a dead silent for like a split second. But for me, it seemed like probably a couple hours, like, you know. Nigga just passed, he just passed it off. Like, yeah, bro. Word.
That's what's up. I needed that. That was a good one, man. I like that. Mike, hey, I used to always hear Mike used to be in the hood though, all the time, man. And on Newkirk, games. I used to always hear big Mike Dice games on Newkirk.
Oh, let me give you another Mike Tyson story too. So Mike used to there used to be a restaurant on the corner of Newkirk and Flatbush, Miss Bev shop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jamaican restaurant. So when he used to come down here, he used to love her oxtail. But this nigga Mike didn't eat no rice, no provision, no nothing, boy. Boy, this nigga, word the mother, son. This nigga I witnessed this motherfucker. No word of a lie. This nigga bust down plate just oxtails alone.
My son said, yo, it's pure Flatbush talk on this conversation. My son said no provisions, no nothing. Just oxtail.
Just oxtail, bro. No white rice, no nothing.
The large plate, the round big silver joint?
Nah, Miss Bev ain't serving them in no plate, man. This is Mike Tyson. This is her royalty, man. She had a straight like glass, like
a platter, like a catering platter.
Yo, like the man eat the whole plata. Like the whole, like no more, nobody could order oxtail when he was in there at that time, but just all
Yeah,
oxtail.
oxtail done. Oxtail
All
done.
the oxtail done. Straight.
Mike is a wild boy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
yeah. So
my man,
that being,
when you're coming up like that though, bro, and that's what like we all Flatbush is all about, because we like we saying the other day, like we came up seeing that you with Mike Tyson on that side, dude seeing, I used to see Buju Bounty in these dances and block parties in the 90s in different places. Like this is just, we came up around certain things, and I know for me, one, just like you, taking that show on the road and going to different places, you know what I'm saying? It was a breeze, I think, because of our level of communication, like how you started off in this conversation, being able to talk to Jamaicans, Ecuadorians, Panamanians, Belizeans, you know what I'm saying? We able to communicate in a way, in a respectfully way. So we take it other places. You used to say, my what? It's just Rhode Islanders out here. It's just Southerners out here. That's all we got to deal with. We, you know what I'm saying? We moving and grooving.
Look, there was Cambodians out there, right? And let me show you how I finessed that too. Like,
I'm saying, I know you move and groove with that.
That was easy because guess what? Rest in peace, my young boy Sam. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should know Smock Sam from Flatbush, Cambodian family that grew up on Caton by the parade grounds. You know what I'm saying? Original Flatbush heads. You know what I'm saying? Sam used to run around with me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. He passed away. He got, in Philly, he got, some.
Right.
And so, but yeah, like.
So wait a minute. I'm thinking. I finish your thought.
He was out in Rhode Island with me. So that was, see, when I went to Rhode Island, I seen the different diversity, right? And then I seen how everybody else in the town wasn't really as diverse or didn't have the abilities to link in with those cultures. I was already experienced with linking in with those cultures because I grew up with the different cultures. So it was like
the level of communication and understanding, even if it was a culture that wasn't in that Flatbush melting pot, you understand different cultures and you understand certain level of communication, certain vibes of respect, certain things just go without saying. You know?
Yeah, of course. So it was easy for me. You feel me?
That's a fact. Those transitions definitely make it easy. I think being from the bush. Now, I can't say being from any place else that's not discredited in other places, but we are Flatbush, and we are we've spoken to people from other countries that got deported, and it's always the same thing. Son, when I hit the deportation pin, I was just moving like this. As soon as I touched down in Canada, as soon as I touched down in Jamaica, it'll be the same way how you saying. Not mixtapes and music, but juggling another thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
of course.
It's always respect to that.
Yeah, man. So it's just my story curates and evolves and evolves and evolves and evolves. Like I was able, like I said, putting out that Flatbush Flatliners compilation just opened the door. From there, I started doing the mixtape scene with DJ Watts. And we started platforming artists, and that we became an outlet for people to be heard and to be able to put their music out. And then from there, linking in with other people through the internet, from us putting the mixtape out on those platforms. So now we're in London, we're in Africa, we're in these places without even touching them, because MySpace was a heavy platform for us. Also, you feel me? We kind of dominated MySpace with the mixtape scene and stuff like that, and it was easier to kind of like talk to people that were doing things in different towns and cities and to lock in with them, because now they send us the music and we curate a mixtape, put it out, they get known. Now we're building that up, people, numbers, whatever it is, people are able to say, yo, bro, why don't you come out to this place? Or why don't you come out to Connecticut? Or come check me out here. So
you get feedback.
Yeah, so I was heavy on the out of town movements into different areas and different people's scenes way before it was even video or captured. I was in in people's studio sessions and shit before all of that stuff. So this is why I was able to know so many people in different places and be able to, really make an influence. And that's pretty much what gave me a lot of the clout and power and being able to let my people be heard outside of Flatbush. You feel me? I made it all the way to France. I'm 10 years. I just actually celebrated a couple of I forgot the exact date. I think it was August. I was me and a mixtape DJ that I curated a few things with back then. We are actually 10 years in on putting out mixtapes and doing interviews for artists from New York City to France.
That's what's up. That's something. That's definitely something to be proud of, bro.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're saying is something to be proud of, but that's something definitely to be proud of. That's not even in the same language.
No, that's what I'm trying to show you. So
to that community thing, being from the bush and knowing how to communicate and that communication is important.
It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the artists that I work with, they pretty much tell you that, communication was pretty much, like I said, also like I said, being West Indian, we have a lot of uncles and aunts and stuff that are doing things also. I have an uncle that was heavy into broadcasting. Rest in peace, So I learned how to articulate,
Didn't you have something with a clothing line too? You had something going on one time. You was behind something with something.
I'm still behind something with a clothing line. It's called Prezi USA.
Right.
Prezi USA, and that's my younger cousin. I'm a brand ambassador for him. He pretty much owns that brand, but I'm a brand ambassador. Like I said, being West Indian, what's my family's is mine, and what's mine is my family. So I'm gonna push it and put it into the forefront because it's something that needs to be done. I'm not gonna wait until after. I'm gonna push everything at the same time. So that's pretty much why a lot of people think that, oh, yo, you got a lot of shit. Yeah, because I have a lot of family and I'm not into double backing. I'm into pushing everything at one time, like a whole package deal. Like, yo, here, look, hold this. You know what I'm saying?
I never understand, man, when people say, "Oh, you can't do business with family." That sucks if you can't do business with family. It's like I understand that you can't. I'm not saying everybody should, but
think about it.
You're supposed to.
The reason why people say that is because the type of business that they're trying to do with their family is not even planned and organized in any way. A lot of the people that say that type of stuff, don't get it twisted. I've had bad experiences with family. You know what I'm saying? But I got to take responsibilities for my decisions and how I dealt with the situation with them. A lot of people feel comfortable on saying or having a certain mindset of their family member that they're doing business with, when that mindset needs to be taken out and then deal with this person like it's just business. That's still your family, but don't feel like, oh, you can talk to him louder, or just because you are giving them the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, you can belittle them or something. And that's pretty much what ends up happening, because with business, people, when people get too comfortable, they kind of try to take advantage of you if you're not stern in business.
Right.
So already people, if you're family with somebody, the comfortability is already there. So that's what kind of messes up the business part of it. It's not like you can't do business with family. You just got to take the comfortability of feeling that you're that comfortable with them. Deal with them like y'all are trying to win together, and it will work. Don't deal with them like, all right, this is yours, this is my part, and all right, cause and this. Nah, that's not how it's gonna work. It's gonna work by y'all dealing with it as you got 100, he has 100, because that's how it's supposed to be. It doesn't matter how deep you're in with it or what it might be. Give him 100, he has 100, and he's gonna work just as hard to make that 100, 200, or 300, or 400. because he feels that he has an equal share to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you have to give him 100% of your profits, but at least give him a position that makes sense, or something that has some type of stable, something that he could do something with. Because everybody, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Nah, definitely. So that's why I'm letting you go, because there's somebody in the comments. Everybody in the comments is saying true and facts, because that's a fact right there. That's why you separate those things, but I'm thinking even family. We talking about family, but that could go with any unit, man. Business
That
unit.
goes with any unit, because, like I said,
Marriage,
a lot of people, a lot of people don't realize that you can change. That people change. You might not see the change because you only viewing them in that same lens that you always wanted to view them in. Clean your fucking lens up and observe and see that this person has actually really changed in a way, because time changes people.
Only thing constant in this life is change.
Exactly.
Every day is change.
But people don't recognize people's changes because they just want to look at them the same way.
And I don't think that's purposeful either, because sometimes, I'm sure you got a nephew or like a little cousin, and you see him, you're like, damn, dog, you got mad big, but you ain't seen him in 10 years, like what you thought he was going to get. And I see him, I'm like, damn, shorty, this still my little, you know what I mean, my little man, you want to, rough him up a little bit. What's good with you, man, getting taller than me? Like, you know what I mean, because you still see him, and that's real, though. That's real.
Yeah, I get it, bro. I mean, like I said, everything in life is a growing process, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. And my biggest pet peeve is when people say, "Oh, you should have did this or should have did that." Motherfucker, no seed, no tree is grown in one day.
Yeah.
So how could have, or you should have did anything? That's not how life works.
And they all lose leaves, and they all lose branches here and there. They all, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It grows. They lose. They lose and leaves every fall and all and all that, because they're growing.
That shit turns into foliage and grows more and turns into the earth.
Grows, exactly.
Right.
So it's just it's layers, man. People gotta give people time. That's just it. You just gotta give people time to get into themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? To really want to change or want to do the right thing if you want to work with your family. You feel me? But like I said, my experience with my family, is more aggravation than anything detrimental.
Right.
They
got both phone numbers. They got wifey phone number. It ain't even dubbing them. It's just on. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not. It's more aggravation. So I never had I'm always gonna work with my family. I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter, because it's not detrimental. You can argue, you can yell and scream, whatever it is, but everybody have to let them frustrations out some way. Some people don't have other outlets to do it. Some people only know how to do it that way. So some you just ignore that shit. A couple hours later, you roll up a spliff and give them on a spliff, and you're talking about some next shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a word. I was gonna say, I know we said we gotta do a part 2. We definitely gotta do a part 2. One thing I want to tap into in a part 2, man, because I want to wrap it up in a sec, because I know this platform be tripping sometimes at the. But one thing I want to pick your brain about. I know we got other stuff to get into. One thing I want to say it now, I want to definitely pick your brain about, is talk about the business of making music and the business of making money. Because a lot of people want to jump off the porch in that way. This is how we spoke about earlier, is getting to the streets without no structure. It's the same thing with this. They want to rap, I do this, I do that. They just don't even think about those other steps. And somebody like you, with your mind and your experience, it would be perfect to do it. So please let's put this back together and touch on that, bro.
Okay, so with me, like I said earlier, I never went to the. All right, like I said, I wanted to give a shout out to Kadar Music Group, because that was the first label that gave me like shelved artist music to create a mixtape. And like, he tried to create some type of thing where if I can help get those artists buzzed, then you know, he would have gave me a position in the label or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of I did the tape. It got a little buzz and shit, but the music group kind of went down at the time. It didn't really make a buzz, so I didn't get the opportunity. So off of that, I just started, like I said, off doing that one. I got a little you know, buzz off of that, and I started meeting some people, producers, and you know, I started learning a little something about the industry side, and you know,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even just from there, but you know, because we got to unpack with you. You're not like you said before. It got to
no,
definitely
no,
be.
no, no. I just wanted to I just want to show you that that was the like the industry type of thing. Then I was like, you know what? Forget about that. And I just kept on doing the independent side because I had an outlet to make money because I was putting the mixtapes out. And then I had the outlets to sell the mixtapes in those little towns and stuff that was had stores and mom and pop stores that was you know, selling mixtapes to the people that was picking them up. So that was my early experience into making independent money. So I never really looked at in that time trying to get artists deals. I was just trying to get them heard. I didn't really understand the deal part too much.
Right. I
You know what
understand.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not. That was in my early. I didn't really when I was dealing with the mixtape thing. I wasn't really worrying about the deal stuff. I was seeing so many people always talking about. I basically I seen that they still needed us in the streets to help them with the mix on the mixtape scene. So I didn't really. I was like, I guess we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess we are the real power. You know.
You know that.
So that's how I pretty much looked at it. So I never really was so, you know, starstruck to run up there to go for the label meetings and shit like that.
I mean,
And then
it's not needed all the time. That's why I feel like it's important to talk about because nowadays nobody is like the labels is. You know, the people finally listening to Q-Tip when he said the record industry is shady.
no,
So it's not
I
needed
said,
anymore either.
people were still running, but people were still trying to get deals.
Right
You
now,
understand?
right
No, I
now.
mean, no, at that time.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about I'm talking about we need them jewels for the people that's now.
Oh,
You know,
for now.
right?
Okay.
I'm saying
Oh,
so
all
we
right.
right. So we do that joint. That's why I want to make that segment a lot about that because I feel like that's like music 101. Like you know, say why is
Okay.
fool? Like they say, you know what I'm saying? Like let them learn from this conversation. You know what I'm saying? When we spin back to it. And that's why that's why I want to go on record now and saying that. So when we pull it up, I'm gonna put this as a part one. I put it in the title and pull
Oh,
it
I know
back.
where you're going to go to the part two. We basically going to be dropping jewels on how to keep
Navigate
yourself.
that navigation. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, what if
I'm
you?
going to break it down. So, part two, we're going to be touching a little bit on how you could stay independent and keep a buzz and
Yeah,
network and we said collectively link in with other artists in different towns, cities, and keep yourself relevant while you build your capital to keep on building yourself to keep independent.
see what I'm saying?
That's gonna be some
See,
jewels. I got y'all, man.
you see what I'm saying? Y'all see what we got? Y'all see what we got here? This Flatbush guy, Jules Flatbush own this shit, man. It's hard to catch up with this guy sometimes, and we got him here. So let's tap in, man.
Word. Check me out too, yo. I know y'all probably seen the face. Y'all trying to pinpoint it.
How
Yes,
about
I was in.
somebody in the
Yes,
comments said he looked familiar?
yes, I was in Respect Life web series. Yes, I was a dude representing for Flatbush, chasing Boom all through Bedford Stuyvesant. So he killed my cousin in the store. So if y'all want to check out that ill street urban story, Respect Life, go check it out on YouTube. I played the character Keith. You know what I'm saying? It's been a few years now. I know y'all are in tune, or if y'all wasn't in tune, go check out Respect Life. I did my thing in there, and yeah, I'm a Flatbush representative. If I look familiar, I'm in the bush a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm tapping in. I'm connecting the dots still. I'm working. I'm moving. I'm shaking. I'm baking. I'm still in Flatbush, man. I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here. So, you know, we here, man. Young
Yep.
Amsterdam, aka Gas. You know, Gas Mass Entertainment, Flatbush Zone, Brooklyn, representative, base. And I am Flatbush, and we are Flatbush. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.